Hello, friends. It's Richard, and for my vlog, I wanted to talk about my drag persona, especially since I haven't introduced her yet at the new school. Also, excuse recording me. I'm listening to my Getting Into Drag playlist, so I'm gonna be lip syncing a little in the video. So, to start, my drag name is Regina Shakespeare. It's easier to explain the last name, so why don't we start there? Shakespeare is obviously a play on Shakespeare. English has always been one of my best subjects in school. I have always been the biggest book nerd. In undergrad, I double majored in creative writing and English, so now I have a degree in both. So it's not the largest leap in logic as to why I chose Shakespeare. Now, my first name is a feminized, quote unquote, version of my name, Richard. This comes from a type of phrase I always heard growing up. My family would always say something along the lines of, "Okay, Regina," or "Calm down, Regina," anytime I would be emotional or extra. This obviously made me fear going outside of the lines of expectation and caused me to really bottle up my feelings and personality through my formative years. It wasn't until undergrad and Regina that I started to open up more and express these emotions and that personality. I went to undergrad at a small liberal arts university in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania, called Susquehanna University. You could imagine the politics of the surrounding area. The campus itself was a much safer bubble in terms of queer identities, though there really wasn't a good space for queer people, just little self-formed pockets. Of course, we had a GSA, but they were ironically super exclusionary. Now, I am going to pause right here because I know there's a piece of glue on my eyebrow that is just dangling there, and it's going to dangle there, and it's going to bother me this entire time, and I know it's going to bother you, and we're not going to acknowledge it, we're not going to talk about it, it's not happening. If anyone brings it up, I can and will cry. We're not doing it. It's not happening. Don't bring it up. Okay? We're just gonna go on. We're gonna continue. Don't look at it. Now, with that out of the way, I'll continue. In my little pocket, I started my life in drag. I started on the most blessed of nights, also known as Halloween, as most drag performers do. I had my friends do my makeup. I got a cheap dress at the local version of Goodwill. I shaved everywhere just to get ready for this occasion. I felt the fantasy. I looked busted, but I felt gorgeous, and that's what counts. From there, everything started rolling. I performed in the talent show twice. I won once. Got a graphic essay about drag published. Link below if I remember to. That said graphic essay placed as a finalist in a competition. And I started the 13 days of Dragoween on my Instagram. And with this ball rolling, the campus quickly picked this up and it culminated in Susquehanna holding its very first Pride. Through this, I really learned to embrace my femininity, and Regina really taught me how to love myself. In this character, I am sweet and kind, but also kind of a badass. Taken after the two most iconic Reginas, those being Regina George and Regina from Once Upon a Time. In this character, I feel as if I have reclaimed this body of mine. It is no secret that the queer community demonizes a lot of people. Anyone who isn't fit or skinny or masculine or white. If you are any shade of brown or fat or feminine or hairy, you are basically thrown to the wolves. Side story. On my first date ever, I got a coffee with this man and I brought up drag. Not that I did it, just in general. And this man went off. He was like, "I have queen friends, but I could never date one." And I was like, "Sir, you are a cosplayer. You have no room to judge." And on other occasions, I've even received hate messages from guys on Grindr telling me to unalive myself for being fat. I definitely don't have it the worst, not by a long shot, but this mask for mask, attractive white culture we have is very, very, very dangerous for a large group of people. This is partially the reason why I don't shave anymore while I'm in drag, as a sort of reclamation and statement. I do shave my face, it just makes putting on the makeup easier, but as a community marketed as love is love, we really do need to be much kinder, much more understanding. Now, before I go into a bigger and larger tangent, as I tend to do, let me get back to the original structure of the video. Regina has been the bridge for me to love and accept myself, to embrace my femininity. There is a power in femininity, even if we are taught that there isn't. For this, I will forever be thankful for Regina in showing me the way to being me. I also wanted to share a few of my philosophies when it comes to drag. I believe that anyone can do any form of drag. It's not something that should be gatekept. Drag should be a way to express oneself through gender and art. Uh, One day, as I was scrolling through my TikTok, I saw someone who did a drag version of Nightcrawler. It was a really cool concept and really exciting and really fun. I saw another person who looked like they were straight out of that candy racing game in Wreck-It Ralph. Another thing, drag should not cost you an arm and a leg. You should not be taking loans to do drag. Drag should be something that is fairly affordable. Go to the drugstore, go to the thrift store, go to the dollar store. Use your creativity and your imagination, and that will get you really, really far. One thing I can give a little bit of advice about is put some money into your base foundation. Putting some extra money into your base foundation will always help everything else lay into place, as well as give a buffer for your skin. Your skin is really the most sensitive part of your body, so the more that you can do for it, the better. But where does that leave us in the future? I'm not quite so sure. I was so excited to move to New York, get introduced to the scene, see what I can do there. But as we all know, what is happening right now, that has put a halt to many things. Right now, I can only hope and dream and work on developing my character and myself further. The future is uncertain, but I am so ready to see what comes after. I'll leave you on this. Enjoy the music, sit back, relax, and watch me complete my face. thank you for coming on this journey with me. Love you all, and see you soon.